It has been 10, count them, 10 years of the New Day, and that is an insane number in the world of wrestling for a team to be together that long, especially in the modern age, let alone in the 70s, you know, when you have the Rock and Roll Express and stuff. But yeah, the New Day have been around forever, it seems, and well, they're gonna have a Raw celebration this month in November. There are 3 Mondays left, I believe, so I'm not sure which one it's gonna be, but it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be great. We're gonna celebrate, but I also think we're going to be mourning the New Day, and here are 10 things that I want to see for the 10 years of the New Day on Monday Night Raw. Number 10 is the most obvious. They better have Big E. They better have Big E, not just make an appearance, but he needs to be throughout the entire show. Big E, unfortunately, real life injury, got hurt, broken neck, and that sucks. But he is definitely still part of the WWE family. He does a lot of the pre-shows or the shows, the commentary and stuff. Not the commentary, but the panels. And I love Big E on those panels, but I want to see him as Big E, a member of the New Day throughout this 10-year anniversary show. But not just an appearance, not just a talking head, not halfway through the show, but from minute 1 all the way to the ending credits of Monday Night Raw, I need Big E. Number 9, it should open with a giant box of cereal tipping over and out come the New Day with Big E. All of it, because that giant box of cereal, oh man, that was probably the best WrestleMania entrance of all time. Of all the entrances that I love, it's crazy that it's a big box of cereal that might be my number 1, because there have been great entrances. I love Shawn Michaels ascending from the heavens down to face The Undertaker, and vice versa, The Undertaker rising from the depths of the beyond, the darkness, to face Shawn Michaels. But no, it's a big box of cereal that tops my list of just like, holy crap, that's amazing. That's awesome, and that's hilarious. I remember when I saw that, I was like, oh wow, they got a big box of Booty-O's, and then it tipped over, and then the game just bump, 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 boom, boom. That was just great. Only the New Day could make that happen, make it work, and make it just iconic. So we have Big E coming out of a giant box of Booty-O's with a whole New Day gang. Please, gotta happen. Gotta happen in the opening sequences of that Raw. Later in the video, we're gonna talk about Kofi Mania and Big E winning the world title. Unfortunately, Xavier Woods never won. However, that doesn't mean you don't have to. You can win this world title unlike Xavier Woods. And how can you do it though? All you gotta do is comment below. Once I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'm gonna give it away on a live stream. I'll pull a comment, a random comment from a random video, and yeah, I'll give it away. Free shipping, free everything. Why? Why am I doing this? Because I want to be a full-time YouTuber. I want to do these videos non-stop. I've just got an editor. We gotta pay the guy. These likes, which I love that you do, they don't put food on his table. So please, please, please help me become a full-time YouTuber by getting my engagement up. Hit the bell, notification, subscribe, all that good stuff. Maybe watch a commercial or two and help me go full-time, quit the day job, do videos all day long, stream every single show. But let's get back to the 10 things that need to happen on the New Day celebration. And who are they coming down to the ring to face? The Usos. The Usos are back together, and this is the only time we might have a window to ever have this match again, because Jey Uso's a huge superstar now. Jimmy Uso is, you know, he's Jimmy Uso. The writing's on the wall. The New Day's about to break up. So we gotta get this match in. Now, this could be the last ever Usos versus the New Day match ever. Their rivalry was the only thing going in the tag team division for years. Literally years. These two were it. They were so good, it was good enough. We only needed these two teams. We only needed the New Day. We only needed the Usos. They made each other. It was very reminiscent of the Hardys and Edge and Christian back in the day, where they only needed each other. But thankfully, we got more like the Dudleys and whatever. But it took a long while for the tag team division to actually grow and foster. And it was just New Day and Usos holding it down. They even had a Hell in the Cell match, and, you know, that was a time when Hell in the Cells were kind of very gimmicky, and yet they made it cool. They made it good. It was a fantastic match. So I would love to see one more time, for the last time, the opening match be Usos versus the New Day. Doesn't have to be a rivalry of hatred. It could be a rivalry of respect, saying, hey, we are celebrating you, New Day, and we were your biggest rivalry. We would be honored to face you one more time. This one's a long shot, but please, 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 bring back the New Day Lorian. The New Day Lorian is a time machine. In 2015 or 16, Xavier Woods brought a time machine to the ring because they were fighting these like old-timey tag team, you know, someone that would fight like this, the Vaudevillains. And they were trying to figure out why the Vaudevillains like to be so old-timey, so he brought a time machine. And you're like, oh my god, that sounds so cheesy. It is, but when the New Day does cheesy, it somehow works. If anybody else had brought a time machine to the ring, it would have been lame and stupid, but the New Day, somehow they did it. I don't know if you guys know this, but Xavier Woods is a giant nerd and dork, and he got a time machine in the WWE ring, and it was flying over everybody's head. You go back and watch this, everybody's silent, except for me. I am laughing my butt off, because I'm a nerd also. Wrestling fans, we might be on the outskirts of society, but a lot of us still aren't nerds. But there is a section of nerds that bleed over into wrestling fandom, and I am one of them. So time machine stuff is right up my alley. I'm just cracking up as they go into the time machine, and then Kofi comes out, and he's his Jamaican self going boom, boom, and he does a Jamaican voice, and he's like, 2009, the best year. Sorry, I can't do Jamaican, I guess. But anyways, and then he's like, oh no, we didn't go back far enough. And then they go in the time machine again, the lights go crazy, and then they all come out wearing stupid mustaches, and everything's in black and white too. No wonder the Vaudevillains love the 1930s, because the 1930s suck. And so do the Vaudevillains. It was just so cheesy, corny, and awesome. And like I said, almost everybody was just like, eh, but not me, not me. Anything with time machine and wrestling, that's gold to me. I loved it. It was so funny. And God, I hope they bring back the New Day Lorian, because that would just be like, that would be a callback to one of their, probably their lamest skits, but one of my favorite skits. And if you don't know why it's called a New Day Lorian, the DeLorean from Back to the Future, that's what the riff was on. 6, we're gonna have shout-outs throughout the night, little vignettes. I would love for the Hardys to have a vignette. They're in TNA right now, and because of that relationship, we can easily do that. We have the Hardys talking about how they were introduced by the New Day, who were hosting WrestleMania, and how it was such a moment, and how they were so thankful that the New Days played it up, because the New Days played it up like they were gonna enter, and then they introduced the Hardys, and the Hardys got one of the hugest pops in all of WrestleMania, so that'd be cool to have the Hardys shout them out. Oh, and another one that would be funny is if Kevin Owens, his head pops up and he says, hey man, I've turned on a lot of people, even my best friend Cody Rhodes, but Kofi, I want to apologize. And that's a callback to like a month or two ago when Kevin Owens said that every betrayal that ever happened, they had it coming except for Kofi. So I think that would just be kind of like a cute little callback to something that just happened. Or what about Daniel Bryan as well? Because Daniel Bryan lost to Kofi Kingston at Kofi Mania when Kofi won the title when we never thought he would. We thought he was a habitual lifetime mid-carder, and then he wins the title. But I want Daniel Bryan to be in character as his, like, you know, that vegan, earth-saving, tree-hugging Daniel Bryan. And it would just be great if all these people throughout their past do little vignettes, little promos, kind of like when John Cena, they had a celebration John Cena episode. Do it like that, but with the New Day, and reach across the forbidden door and get people from everywhere talking about how great and awesome the New Day are. Speaking of Kofi Mania, I definitely want to devote maybe 5 minutes to Big E and Kofi's big world title wins. Huge moments. And not only that, though, it will serve as two purposes. One, we need to celebrate it, because those were amazing moments. When Kofi won, again, nobody thought it could really happen, because this guy was a habitual mid-card guy. And then Big E, he wins the Money in the Bank. He goes on to win the title. I honestly, very surprised they went with it. Very happy they went with it, especially that he got his neck broken. I'm so glad he had that top of the mountain moment before the tragedy of his career ending. But we should see also Xavier Woods, you know, he's happy when they look at him, but not happy when they don't. Kind of furthering that storyline of dissension of Xavier Woods being jealous of the two. And we don't need to play too much into it. I don't want it to overshadow the celebration of Kofi and Big E's world title wins, but I do want it present, and I do want the fans to see it that, you know, while we're celebrating, not everything is right in the world of the New Day still. I lost count of what number we are on, so the next one is gifts. They're going to give each other gifts that are very much special to them. Like, let's give one of them a table. Big E calls out the Dudleys to give a table to the New Day, and the table, though, it's taped up. It's one of the broken tables, because when the Dudleys returned from a long hiatus from WWE, they got into a feud right away with the New Day, and, you know, Devon, get the tables, and they, you know, threw everybody through tables. So then the New Day had this thing where they're like, save the tables, save the tables. Well, now we have the Dudleys coming out, taping up the table, saying, you did it. For your anniversary, we are saving the tables for you guys, and that is a nice special gift. And then they leave. And then we have, I don't know, the Road Dogg coming out and singing a country music tune. What is it? My Baby Tonight? Was it My Baby Tonight? Because the New Day, they hate country. Well, specifically, Big E hates country, and he'll take a dump all over country, and it'll be so funny to have not just a callback to My Baby Tonight, which is a Jeff Jarrett / Road Dogg song from the new generation, but it's country, and then we have a callback to the New Day just crapping on country. That would be amazing and funny and hilarious. And then we have one more gift to Xavier Woods. Kofi comes, and it's the list. Jericho's, you just made the list. We have the list, and Kofi says, hey, guess what I found? It's the list. And Xavier Woods, I'm erasing you off it. And Xavier Woods will be, aw, because of all the people to ever make Jericho's list, Xavier Woods sold it the best. He was like, no, 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 no. Google it. Google it. Xavier Woods makes the list. He did. It was so funny. It was so funny. Such a little moment that Xavier Woods made so great. Like, who cares if you're on Jericho's list? But he did, and it was great, and now he's off it for their 10-year anniversary. So let's get gifts that are very specific and important to the lore of the New Day. During the celebration, we're going to have the Wyatt Six show up, and Xavier Woods is going to be very uncomfortable for multiple reasons. One, the Wyatt Six kind of goes after people who hurt their family, and Xavier Woods is kind of in the process. But also, Xavier Woods was never comfortable around Bray Wyatt. He actually, it wasn't like he was a complete coward, but he was very afraid and uncomfortable whenever the Wyatts showed up. And there was this one time that they did a parody, and it was so funny, and Big E wore the stupidest beard. He came out with overalls. They looked so goofy. It was so funny. I laughed so hard. I went back and watched it for this video, and it was even funnier than I remember. I died. God, they were so good together, all three of them. And so they came out, just coming out, and they're roasting the Wyatt Six. Xavier Woods is uncomfortable. Kofi doesn't really care. He's just like, what do you mean? Well, stop. We're roasting them. And we have Big E just looking all silly, going all ham on it. And yeah, it was just back and forth between those guys. A very underrated, I don't know, feud. At times, though, it did get a little whatever, but that promo when they dressed up like the Wyatt was so hilarious. And I say we have the Wyatt Six come down, and it's Eric Rowan, who was actually part of the Wyatt family at the time. He comes out, and I don't know, he says something to them. He says that Bray Wyatt really enjoyed their feud, their time together, and then they leave. And so it's just like this really weird, awkward moment that celebrates their past, the New Day, but also celebrates Bray Wyatt. Because let's not forget Bray Wyatt. Let's not just say the Wyatt Six itself is the Bray Wyatt, the only thing that we need to have to latch onto Bray Wyatt. No, we can remember his feuds from the past, and I just think that would be a really cool callback, and we don't have to spend like a huge moment on it. Maybe do a vignette of them making fun of the Wyatts. They're laughing in the ring, and that's when the Wyatts come out and my scenario plays out. At the the 9 o'clock hour, I want the Usos to come back out and have a rap battle with the New Day, because there was this episode on SmackDown where they hyped up a rap battle between those two, and I was like, oh god, they totally just jumped the shark. The Usos and New Day, they don't need a stupid rap battle. They fight so good in the ring. They complement each other so good in the ring. We don't need a freaking rap battle for this feud. I thought it was going to be the dumbest thing, and yet it was so amazing. It was awesome. They made a believer out of me. They went at each other, and there were some deep cuts. You didn't have to know the behind the scenes, but if you did, it was even funnier. And I did, because I'm a giant nerd. And yeah, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they said that. So I was like just floored by it, and it was good. They were great. The Usos were great on a live mic. The New Day as well. They just sick burn after sick burn on each other. It was so funny, so hilarious, so awesome. Let's have it one more time. And after this, though, the Usos will say, all right, dogs, we gotta go. It was great. We love you. And they leave the building. And it's important that they leave the building. So, yeah, but yeah, let's have one last rap battle. We have a fight in the beginning, a match in the beginning, and a rap battle in the middle, and then they exit stage right. And the final one is this. Okay, I forgot to mention it. During the gift ceremony, we're going to have Adam Pearce come out and say, hey guys, I got you a gift if you want it. I know you already had a fight with the Usos tonight, but I'm going to gift you a world title match in tonight's main event if you want it. And they're all like, heck yeah, we want it. Can you believe it? On our 10-year anniversary, we can win the tag team championships once more. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. So they go to the main event and they fight the champions, whoever they are at the time. I don't care if it's the War Raiders or JD McDonough and Finn Balor. Hopefully it's JD and Finn, because I want the War Raiders to get it after the New Day. But whoever it is, they fight them and they win. On their 10-year anniversary, they win. And it seems like everything is right in the world. They're celebrating. Everything is put behind them. The past is the past. All the dissension, all the teases of the breakup, we now know it's not going to happen because they won the tag team titles. We get the little copyright thing in the corner, and then while Kofi is celebrating on the ring ropes, the turnbuckles, we see something in the corner with Big E and Xavier Woods. We don't really see what happened until the replay, but then we have Kofi jump down and boom, Xavier Woods completely takes off Kofi's head with the tag team titles. And we then look towards Big E. He is handcuffed to the turnbuckle. He cannot get out of it. He's like, what are you doing? And then Xavier Woods goes and just murders Kofi Kingston. Completely just annihilates him. I want the crowd to be completely deflated. I want them to be going from cheers of adulations and jubilation to just crying in tears. I want to send home people just completely heartbroken. I want this to be Xavier Woods' moment. I want Xavier Woods to make a statement here that he is the next big heel. He is going to completely destroy Kofi Kingston here, while Big E can do nothing. He can do absolutely nothing, because even if he wasn't handcuffed, what's he gonna do? Because his neck is broken. He can't do nothing. Maybe when it's all said and done, he will get out of the handcuff and he'll be the thing that actually stops Xavier Woods. And Xavier Woods will be like, I was done with him anyways. And he'll say something that is just totally wrong, so crosses a line, and he'll say something to Big E, just like you're done, just like your career's done, Big E. I'm done with the New Day. And Xavier Woods walks out just proud. And he turns around, final shot, just saying the New Day is over. And so is hilarious 25% joking Xavier Woods. He is now pure 100% villain, and he goes on to have an awesome, stellar career. And the New Day 10-year anniversary ends in shambles. That right there is how I want the New Day Raw event to happen. I want it to be almost all just celebratory and us remembering the great times, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be a funeral. And it's gonna be the launching pad to Xavier Woods, and we will have Kofi versus Xavier at WrestleMania. It's just gonna happen. But Kofi has to be out for a while. He has to be out for probably probably February. And in that time, Xavier Wood has to pick up win after win after win. And yeah, make that happen. We got to break up the New Day. I know a lot of you don't want to break up the New Day. You want them to be the one team that lasts the test of time. We can get them back together. We got the Hardys back together. We got Brett and Owen back together. We got the Usos back together. Everybody can come back together, but for this period of time, we need to see what Xavier can do. Let him shine. But he has to do something so evil to make it happen, and that's what's going to be the main event. He's going to murder our beloved Kofi Kingston. It hurts to say it. It does. And, but I'm excited at the same time. What do you guys think? In the comments below, tell me. Do you think the New Day should break up, or are you one of the people that are like, no, keep them together. We don't need to break them up, but I don't know. I don't know. The proof is in the pudding. The New Day have not been interesting for a very long time until this breakup angle. And now, to me, they might be either my favorite story on Raw or my second favorite. And yeah, so sorry guys. I'm very sorry to break the news to you, but the New Day need to break up, in my opinion, that is. Let me know your opinion in the comments below. Guys, girls, have a great day.